here on Anchor. It's been a long time, folks. It's been since October of 2020. It's been a while. So we're going to pick up today where we left off. And this is episode 103. Episode 103 of the Anonymous Liberty Media podcast. And wow, what a first 2 months of the year. 2021 will start on a very rough patch here. We are at a post-Trump administration or in the new Biden administration, starting January 20th of 2021 this year. Now, January 6th was a very weird, just completely weird, but very controversial. Man, I'm like controversial, and we have two events that happened this early this year. It's still early in 2021. We have the Trump trial that started yesterday. Thing started yesterday. It may take a while, but also we have that happened a couple weeks back. We have a revolution, a protest, as you might want to call it. Some Reddit traders bought some stock in some companies, Gamestop, AMC, BlackBerry, and it was wild, man. My son was telling me about it, and I wanted to look more into this. Now, it is a very, very, just insane happening here because through Robinhood, which is an app that you download and you can buy some stock in any company. And the CEO of Robinhood, after all this was halted for a moment, which is still halted, but the shares of GameStop and BlackBerry and Samsung, AMC is rising, and the hedge funding guys were about they lost 12.8 billion. Now if you go to Cold Fusion channel here on YouTube, and if you want to get a chance to check out the Anonymous Liberty Media podcast, you can check it out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Castbox Breaker, Google Podcast. What else? What else? Let me see here. So I can let you guys know what I'm on. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Account settings here. All right. Let's see here. Go. Okay. You can check out the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Castbox, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Republic, and Stitcher. And you can check it out there. And Anchor, the 2016 app of the year. Why go to the studio when you can just pull out your phone, when you can just pull out your device? Yeah, pull out your device, download the app on your iPhone or Android device, and you're good to go. And uh, it could be. I mean, you could create your podcast to be about anything: sports, music, news, entertainment, the whole shebang bang. You know, if you want to do media and news, there you go. And without Robert Gibbons in your side as a producer, you are your own producer. You are your own host of your own podcast. Now, I've been at this for a good couple of years. It's been a while though. Um, Now, the Trump trial here is a real, I mean, just a dilemma, but not a dilemma. Okay. Now, there has been a member of Congress. We all know who she is, Alexandria Cortez, who people are calling her the Alexandria Ocasio-Smollett. If you go back and watch the David Chappelle special where he talks about Justice Smollett, and does a skit of a French actor, Justice Smollett, which was like a big funny thing. And what happened with him of what he did was he lied to Chicago PD and about what happens if that's all. And he really did not make himself look good. You know, if you lie to the authorities, and they will investigate. They will investigate. Okay, they will investigate the incident. But if they find out that you were lying, you would face a here because filing a false report is an offense. It's a crime. You know, it's a crime. And when you commit a crime by doing this, but of course the DA wouldn't prosecute, which really pissed off law enforcement because if you have filed a false report, you can get into some, but you have to be honest on the report though. We got these Karens out there, these Karens and shit out there and stuff like that. One of the Karens we got is a member of Alexandria Ocasio-Smollett. Of course, she's Cortez, but you know she taking the playbook of Juicy Smollett, the French actor who lied. And some of you didn't get it. The joke, folks, the joke. I mean, it is a I don't know what caused her to go out and say these things. You know, I mean, it is to a point that um, without any evidence, I mean, there has to be evidence of what caused the DC riot. Could it be called a riot? Could it be called, I mean, something there because an officer died. Was it two officers died? Some got injured, but um, there has been some development here, not to here the other day, that members of Antifa and BLM were involved. They were involved. Now they're in D.C. talking about burning D.C. to the ground. And What's the point? What's the point? Um, there's no point to this. Second time, first time that a president was impeached twice. Okay. But the second impeachment is unconstitutional. President Trump was on the way out the door anyway. Out the door. Out the door. And I mean, a lot of excuses were thrown out there. This straight out bullshit here. Bullshit nonetheless, folks. I would say more that it's the same old song and dance, two-party system. Mitch McConnell, for one, a turncoat. He ordered the president for 4 years, and all of a sudden he turned his back on him. Is Benedict Arnold. And I mean, if you really stop to think about it, he ain't the only politician in history that has done that. Turned his back on somebody, on a president. He ain't the first one. But the thing is, there has to be, but politicians, whether you're a senator, congressman, representative, whatever seat of power you're in or you're at, okay? You have your own interest, your own agenda, okay? Your own agenda, your own thing that you have in mind, but you're willing to collaborate with someone from the other party to get your own interests out there. You're willing to open up your pocket so that interest somebody with throwing money in your pocket. There you go. Call it a night. But there is some issues with this so-called riot thing. You see people rush in. They're in the Congress. One is sitting at the seat of Pelosi's desk. One is sitting at the chair of the speaker's box here. And then out of nowhere, you hear about AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She came out and lied, caught lying on Instagram, and then she doubled down. And then she said that Ted Cruz tried to have her killed. You're going to accuse a senator of Texas of trying to get you killed. Okay, that's something hardly ever heard of and shit. But it turns out that she was lying the whole damn time. Her office was about 5-6 blocks away from the Capitol building here, and but yet all of a sudden, right out the bat, boom, they blame the president, like they blamed him for everything within the last 4 years. What was the first blame? Oh, President-elect colluded with Russia. Okay, why was that done? To protect Hillary Clinton, who colluded with Russia, who sold 25% of our uranium to Russia for $2.3 million, close to $3 million. And so to take the blame off of her, they put it on him. If there was a so-called collusion, well, what's the collusion about? Was it real estate? Was it something political? Motivated? Was it financial motivation? We don't know. So for 18 months, CNN, MSNBC, New York Times, Washington Post, ABC, CBS, ABC News, all follow the same script. Blame the president for everything. And it got pretty bad because people started to stop watching CNN. They stopped watching MSNBC because if all these things were done, let's blame it on this guy. Let's blame it on Orange Man here. That's like blaming Jar Jar Binks for being one that caused the collapse of the Republic. In those movie. But it's completely nonsense here because when you blame somebody for something that there's no proof of, there's no evidence of the blaming, unless you have facts. There's no facts. The Steele dossier didn't prove a damn thing. The Steele dossier was a made-up dossier paid for by the Clinton Foundation. And here we have January 6th. It's been a month. It's been a month. It's been a month, and it's been a month. And here we have yesterday was the beginning of the Trump trial in the Senate, and nobody knows what the outcome is going to be of the trial. Nobody knows. When he get charged, okay, let's let's examine who is Donald Trump. For decades, he was a real estate mogul guy. He took chances. Yeah, he filed for bankruptcy 3 times. He tried he tried Trump. Did it fail? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with trying something different, but if it didn't go well, hey, it's fine. It's fine, dude. He tried being owner of a football team, the New Jersey Generals, which collapsed in '86. There's nothing wrong with trying a different idea. Trump Steaks, USFL, you name it. Successful with The Apprentice. Okay? He did the Apprentice. 14, 15 years, did really well. Did pretty good. 15 seasons. And not too bad. It put NBC at #1 in that time slot. No bullshit. So even before Donald Trump ran for president, we all know from 2000 when Bush won up to Obama. Okay? The 16 years absolutely sucked. Okay. Each year we were put further deeper in debt. Okay, and it got worse. It got worse even under the Obama administration. Even under the Bush administration. Bush 43. And I mean, there had to be a solution for the little guy, for the middle class. For the workers who do all the work, pay all the taxes. Flip the bill nationally and globally and shit. They're the ones that are for the bill on other shit, which taxpayers are actually angry about now. But this trial, I think that it'll probably end the way it did. Not guilty. Because if there was any evidence, any evidence, I mean, at all, then there would have been a huge controversy. Okay, but there is no evidence. They're relying on stupidity again. I mean, it is what it is, man. It is. Folks, okay, let's see here. Well, folks, it looks like we had some technical difficulty here on StreamYard, and it looks like we did have some issues here. So, well, the trial is, I don't know. I mean, nobody knows what the outcome's going to be, but it is in hands of the Senate, and Judge Gorsuch says he won't preside over it. He will not be because people know that this is going to be a sham trial, sham trial. Just as it was a sham impeachment, So it doesn't make any sense. And then you have this AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's taking a playbook from just Smollier. You gotta love Dave Chappelle, man. You gotta love Dave Chappelle. Funny. GameStop. Holy shit, folks. GameStop, been around since the mid '80s. They've been around dealing with selling all kinds of consoles, games, you name it, the whole shebang there. And it's been a retailer for it has been a very where you can go and get a game, buy a console, any console there is. I mean, there are a lot of game outlets. Late '90s, very early to mid 2000s, where you could go and buy a game console, whether it's a PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, whether it's 64 or the GameCube. But GameStop has becoming a real insane, really good place to go pick up any game you want to get. Like that are out, and even the ones that came out years ago. I mean, you can still go and pick it up, pick it up, play. But recently, hedge fund guys, the hedge fund crybabies lost $12.8 billion. If I lost $12.8 billion, I tell you what, I would fucking live it, dude. I would be, wow, man. I would be a livid motherfucker, guys. I would be so angry at myself. See, I wouldn't be angry at the little guy here. I would be more angry at myself. I'll be like, turn the light here, gonna turn the light. I would be angry at myself because I blew this money. I blew this money, and on how, I mean, the shares and stocks of GameStop and AMC and BlackBerry and Nokia, sorry, not Samsung but Nokia. And there's a guy putting money on GameStop, and he he had his own podcast on YouTube. And if you go to Cold Fusion, check out the Cold Fusion channel here on YouTube, and you will learn that this guy meant business. I mean, he flipped everything over to give information, and he was on the spot every time. And what he did was he bought some shares in GameStop, and his net worth went up to about between 44 to 46 million dollars. So these Reddit traders did make some pretty good money. So this dude who made about 44 to 46 million dollars, he lost only 14 million. I mean, you put about 35,000 in there. Hey, boom! You come out, become a millionaire. A millionaire. And so what happened is that Robinhood stopped it. Stopped it. You can't buy, but you're only to sell. That is called market manipulation. It's like if you put in, say, $500 on shares on Bitcoin. Okay. And you watch it, you watch the stock, you watch your investment rise. You sit back, maybe kind of watch a little bit, make sure it's the stock and the Bitcoin or gold or whatever, or silver, whatever it is you're in. And it now the media will tell you stay away from silver, which they're lying. Silver and gold, dude. I mean, like GameStop, you could put money in on silver or gold, and dude, the stock would rise. If there's shares of stock you put money in, say you put in $100, and say a share, one share, okay. I say Bitcoin or gold or silver, and the stock starts to rise and rise and rise and rise, rise. The arrow's still green, still pretty good. all of a sudden, you start to see your Bitcoin investment rise more and more and more. Then all of a sudden, holy shit, holy crap, your investment is doing pretty good, looking pretty good. But all of a sudden, you feel like, well, you know what? Should I continue or should I kind of stop right here? And if someone tells you, hey, yeah, so man, and you look and you look at how much is that, what's that, dude? Sell, man. Get your money's worth and what you put in. So, like, if you put a shares on, say, 2 bitcoins, and say you put in $1,000, you buy 2 shares in Bitcoin. Stock rises up. Bitcoin's doing pretty good. Bitcoin is about 36,000 coin, right? Okay, problem. Your investment doubles and doubles and doubles and doubles and doubles. Then the Bitcoin here it's skyrocketing, as if you put in some money in silver. Now, why would the media tell you stay away from silver? Don't buy silver. Buy silver. Put some money on shares of gold too. The rate. The media would lie to you. The media would lie to you about that. They've always lied to you. Some will say, well, the media always tells me the truth. Bullshit. The media never tells you the truth. If it's the mainstream media, they will bullshit you for days. Okay? Don't listen to media. Don't listen to any of these idiots here. I mean, if you understood, like, what the fuck, dude? Like, there's a point to all this here. Hedge fund guys got together and stopped it. A woman put money on Gamestop for her son. That kid's fucking wealthy, man. Fucking wealthy, dude. Now, my question is to Robinhood. Okay, why? I mean, what's wrong? I mean, your hedge fund buddies kind of give you the, hey, stop this shit. It's not it's not the fault of the Reddit traders. Okay, it's the fault of the hedge fund guys. Okay, it's the fault. It's the fault of the hedge fund guys because they never ever saw it coming. They never did. These hedge fund guys would sell back to each other. Kind of like playing ping pong and shit. And they would just ping that investment back to each other. Kind of, but there is a point to this. This was a financial protest. Protest. But it gets really funky every time we hear about this kind of shit that happens. But you have to ask these questions on why are these hedge fund guys so afraid of losing money to the little guy? The Reddit traders put money on AMC, Gamestop, BlackBerry, Nokia, and all of a sudden, these shares are rising, stocks and these shares are rising, these companies. And when you look at it, it's like the little guy is kicking the shit out of the hedge fund crybabies. And what happened is they went, oh, by the way, did you know that the White House got involved in it? The White House got involved? No. To stop this shit? But when it happened, you had Pocahontas herself, Elizabeth Warren. You had celebrities. You had people who are like, what the fuck is going on here, man? You had Ted Cruz. You had Cruz, Warren. You had even Elon Musk, man. The dude was pissed too. I mean, look. I mean, whatever it is, the CEO of Robinhood, the trading app, he has ties to these hedge fund guys here. So you gotta wonder, what were these guys afraid of? They were afraid of losing out because they would borrow money to pay their debt. They lost $12.8 billion. Okay, 12.8 billion. Understandable. So there has to be a now the SEC got involved now. There's lawsuits going, a lawsuit on Robinhood. If you put money in say a company, I would love to make money in this stock market. I like to put money on GameStop and BlackBerry. Say I would put about $100 in a share in BlackBerry and $100 in GameStop. But it's really that it's. I mean, they've been manipulating for decades now. During the 29 crash, a lot of these bankers and high hoity-toity people bought all these stocks cheap. They were low, shares were low. They bought the shares, and caused a problem. It was the bankers that caused the problem of the crash. It was Standard Oil that also caused it. It was the bankers that caused it. All the crap caused it by Rockefeller and Morgan. All these Vanderbilt, Carnegie, all these guys caused the problem. They're the blame. And it got really, really bad, man. I mean, if you're thinking, well, I want to buy me a share in Toyota, or I want to buy me a share in Studebaker, or I'm going to buy me a share in Dr. Pepper. I know I can go in here and get my foot fixed as I broke my toe. No, that's not the kind of doctor. Dr. Pepper's a soft drink brand, you dumb shit. Oh, okay, I don't know. So the thing is, you have to really pay attention to the stock market here. I mean, sometimes you get really wondering why all of a sudden, you are just out there fluctuating the market, trying to screw over the little guy who's want a chance at throwing in a few bucks on a share of a company. But it will happen for decades to come. I mean, shit, dude. I mean, you got these idiots who are so fucking greedy as fuck. They don't care. They do not fucking care. All they care about is themselves. Greedy motherfuckers will screw over the little guy. It's been done from the beginning, and it'll be done even in the near future. The little guy will get screwed over, and yeah, it's true. It is chicken shit. I do agree with it. It is chicken shit. So, I mean, it has pissed off a lot of people. It has. It angered a lot of people. So tell me your thoughts in the description. I am Grandmaster Evan. If you're new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notification, and don't forget to share this video. And also check out the Anonymous Liberty Media podcast. And check it out. And anybody on this podcast, listeners, I want to thank guys for listening. I'm Grandmaster Evan. And again, knowledge is free, knowledge is power. All with the health and well-wise. I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next video and podcast. And this is the Anonymous Liberty Media podcast on the Anonymous Republic Network. I'm Grandmaster Evan. Good speed.